How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Y'all look good, man. Before I start, I just want to say I'm proud of each one of you guys, and like I said, I believe in you. And after I tell you my testimony, y'all understand why I believe in you, because I see me in you when I look at each one of y'all. It may be different scenarios, but same struggle. So I wrote notes. This is my first time kind of being on the podium, so y'all had to work with me. So in high school, I played football, came in as a freshman, 9th grade. Top prospect, looking at me in middle school, oh man, you're gonna be the man, you're gonna be the man. So I played 9th grade, halfway through 9th grade, I just stopped showing up because my neighborhood, it was more like streets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Streets over everything, and the streets came before everything. School was kind of looked at as lame or whatever the case may be. So halfway through the year, couldn't play no more. So that really discouraged me to go to school in Orlando, man. Forget school, if anything. The guys I look up to, they drug dealers, what I thought at the time was blessing me. So I'm going to school for different purposes or whatever the case may be. And I get in 11th grade, they tell me, oh, you can't graduate. You don't have enough credits or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, cool. But my mom really told me like she want me to get a diploma, and I promised her I'd get a diploma. So they had a school called Life Skills, so I decided to go there. That was accelerated pace, your own speed. So I'm going there, doing that, and I ended up graduating on time. So after graduating, so after graduating on time, I graduated. So from the neighborhood I grew up, and it was like, he was a drug dealer, but he owned a security company. And he was kind of plugged in with like the street guys like Boosie, YG. So when they come in town, they'll hire him to find security, and if they needed, whatever the case may be, guns, drugs, they know the security will look out for him on that tip or whatever the case may be. So I ended up working under him, working with celebrities. They will look like, from when they come in town, you pick them up from the airport, you know they want to be equipped with tools or whatever the case, you got that. They want the drugs, whatever drugs at their choice, you get that. And you with them, if they here for a week, you right next to their hip the whole week. So you might take them home, they might leave the club before them, they go home. When they go home, they call you, you probably live like 30 minutes away when they call you, hey man, I forgot some blunts. You gotta get up out your bed, I don't care what you're doing. Get up, go bring the blunt. So I kind of got tired of living like that, but it was good money, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm still young, I'm making good money, I can't really complain or whatever the case may be. So one day late night, I go to get blunts at a gas station. So as I'm in the gas station, I'm standing in line, my 9th grade head football coach, he come behind me, he started cussing me out like, damn, man, what you doing, man? You supposed to be in college, whatever the case may be or whatever. So I'm just like telling them, hey man, life right now, like things don't always work out how you expect it to be or whatever the case may be. So he's like, hey man, I know a head coach in Texas. I'm gonna talk to him and I think I can get you a position to walk on. So I'm like, all right, cool. But in my head, I done been out of school. Yeah, I worked out, but my mind ain't nowhere on football. But I just told him, okay, cool. Believe it or not, the next morning he called me. He was like, hey man, what you doing next week? I'm working or whatever the case, man. Cut everything off. You going to try. So I'm like, you know what I got to lose? I went and tried. I went out there. Everybody looking at my size. Oh, he big, whatever the case may be. But everybody big. Oh, he did that. So they had Columbine workout styles. So it was like a big gymnasium with different stations. So you doing different things. So benching was one of my strong points. So they put 225 on bars, just like the Columbine, many times you can do. So I'm telling them, hey man, I don't want to get burned out. Put 315. So they're looking at me like, bro, you don't want to do that. Like, if you mess up, you can't redo it. Put 315 on the bar. I think I repped it out 24 times. As I'm repping, I get to about 12. The head coach, he walked from the stadium, walking down, and he's standing next to me. So I get up. When I get up, he said, man, all I want is a truck. You going to the NFL, all I want is a truck. So I started getting big-headed. I ain't gonna lie, I started getting big-headed. I go back to my dorm. When I go back to my dorm, they move me into the football dorm. Everybody in my room, the whole team, man, where you from? So I'm getting big-headed. So now it's about to be summertime. So I go back home, Orlando, summertime. I'm celebrating, I'm feeling good. I got homeboys from the street, you know, we smoking, drinking, partying, turning up. I got a week to go, I'm feeling like the man. I'm bigger than the program, I'm bigger than everything. I'm the man, I ain't worried about nothing. I got it handled. So I go back, when I go back, we doing check-ins, doing the assigning lockers. So next thing, everybody in the locker room, okay, piss test. I'm looking like, damn. Oh man, piss test, oh man. But in my head, I'm like, okay man, the coach gonna see I'm dirty, he gonna give me a break, whatever the case. He already telling me how, like my head's still big-headed. So boom, my test come back. When it come back, he was like, oh man, you couldn't just hold off, man. You couldn't just hold off. And I'm looking at him, I'm still not expecting like, bro, you ain't gonna be able to play. You're gonna have to sit out this whole semester. Go to class. When you go to class, your grade is good. Then I'll try to get you back a spot on the team. So I'm like, all right, cool. I was angry, but I'm also a man, and I know when I mess up and I gotta take it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to class. I'm gonna do this. 4 weeks go by. I'm like, man, I really came to college for football. I'm watching them practice. I can't do this. I'm going back home. So I end up packing my bags, going everybody, nobody know what time it is, because I know they're gonna try to convince me. Get a flight, go back home. When I go back home, my childhood friend, he like, at the time, he was like a big rapper in Orlando, Florida, taking over the scene. So it's like, bro, you ain't gotta get a job on the man, this, that, the third. I'm the biggest rapper in Florida right now, so, man, you know what we doing. Here you go. Gave me whatever. I'm feeling like the man again. I'm feeling like the man again. I'm making money, but deep down in my heart, I've always been a good person. This lady, she wanted some dope, so she wanted some dope, but she was addicted to alcohol, and she said when she couldn't get alcohol, she would do dope or whatever the case may be. So I go over there, I serve her, give her a gram or whatever the case may be. So now she's sitting there, she ain't got no more money. She looking around the house, she like, I got my phone. With me, I'm like, some guys could do it, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, man, I don't want your phone, man. She said, I really need it. I'll start drinking alcohol if I can't get it. If I can't get liquor, the liquor store closed, like drinking rubbing alcohol, like she talking to me, telling me. And then I said, who is that? She got 2 beautiful sons, look like they play soccer or whatever the case may be. After that day, I told my homeboy, I said, man, I could just do weed, but the other stuff I can't really, because I got a heart. And you see people will give, they last for it. People already know they want that. So I wasn't set for that. I couldn't do that or whatever the case may be. So my house, I'm doing good. I'm making money. I'm feeling good. Got friends in my house, homeboys in my house. You come to my house, cloud of smoke coming out. But I never let my mom come to my house. She'll come like for my birthday, celebration, or if it's Christmas. So I haven't cleaned up, nobody over. So this day she came over, boom, 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 knocking the door. I'm high as a kite. I don't know why I opened the door. I opened the door, a cloud of smoke hit her. Oh man, when I tell you she stopped talking to me for a week, so I go over her house, she finally opened the door. She was like, it's messed up that I came to your house and I was just trying to tell you that I had level 4 cancer, breast cancer. And then it's like, I said to everything that me feeling like the man, all the money I was making, me feeling good, we going places, Miami here, we here the next day just living life, and that's when I realized like, man, the money don't mean nothing. I'm trying to give her money, hey man, you know you ain't working, here you go. I don't want your money, that's from the devil, this, that, and third. Like she really don't support that, so it probably go like a month she ain't talking to me. So I got all my homeboys around me, I ain't really telling them what's going on, just moving the same, but in my head I'm like, damn, I gotta do something different. I really gotta do something different. I gotta do something different. So one morning I got up, called my uncle, he was in Bahamas. I was like, hey man, I'm finna catch a flight. I packed my suitcase. One suitcase had about 3 pairs of shoes, probably 2 pants, a couple shirts. I had me a few dollars. I went down there 3 months, but then I started missing home. And I left everything in the apartment. One of my homeboys was like, man, why you ain't leave me your phone, man? You could've came back to some money or whatever the case may be. But at the time, I didn't care about money. I just needed to get away from everything because I felt like my old environment was kind of entrapping me, and I was just feeling out of there or whatever. So then when I came back, I still had my car. It's parked in my mom's driveway. But she was like, hey, you can't live with me. I don't know what you got going on. You ain't welcome here. So now I'm living in my car. Probably at this time, I probably got like $1,200. So I went to stay in that extended stay. Money getting low. Okay, now I'm staying at motels. Now it's like, damn, you ain't got no more money. What you gonna do? Oh man, so then I'm Googling how you make money or whatever. So plasma, they say give plasma or whatever, based on your size. So I'm starting giving plasma. I think you get like 50 the first time, 80 the second time, as long as you do it a week or something like that. So I started doing that when I'm sitting in my car. I'm like, man, bro, I can't go back to what I know. I can't, bro. I can't. So I'm sitting there, that was my rock in a hard place. I'm listening to Joel Osteen, I'm reading my Bible, and then I seen something say, write it down, make it clear, write it down. So I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me shoot at the stars. I want a business. I want a big house. I want a wife. I want a daughter. Everything I wrote on that piece of paper, within a year time, I got every single thing on that piece of paper. And then after that, I met Lily. As I met Lily, I'm new to God. Me and him got a relationship, but I don't really know him like that. But Lily, mom know God, Lily know God. She was raised in the Bible. I would have been raised in the Bible too, but I rebelled towards it. So one day we riding, and I still had a little street ties or whatever the case may be. So a homeboy, he was supposed to get me right, keep his word or something like that. So he ended up feeling like, oh, you ain't doing that no more. I ain't gotta keep my word. So we ride. So I'm like, man, you got me messed up, man. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Nah, right? I ain't going out like that, bro. So she telling me, hey, give it to God, give it to God. I'm like, man, bro, I'm a man, bro. I gotta handle this by my. Give it to God, bro. I don't even know what that means. What you mean, give it to God? And I'm basically, at the time, I ain't know what God was capable of. I always hear people talking about him, but I never seen him work personally in my life for me. Give it to God, give it to God. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I give it to God, but I'm being sarcastic. I give it to God, I give it to God. So she's like, give it to God, give it to God, I give it to God. But I'm really just saying, man, we get to the next light. When we get to the next light probably from when you pull out of the center, the next stoplight. We get to the next stoplight, my phone rings. It's one of my other friends. She's like, hey man, you heard what happened to so-and-so? I'm like, what? He said, man, he ran into a tree. He lost his favorite truck. Back broke, neck broke. I looked at it, I said, oh man, that's the same guy who I was getting ready to, whatever would have happened, I was ready to handle it to myself. And God ended up, the next light, probably within, I want to say 45 seconds, I get a phone call that the guy who did me wrong, God ended up handling that for me. And that's what made me say, okay, bro, God can do some things, but not only in heaven, on earth also. So when I learned that made me want to seek more God. She started praying with me, started showing me how to pray, started showing me how to fast. And her mom, she really in the Bible. She passed away now, so sometimes I get riled up and I feel like that was my teacher. So sometimes I miss her, but she put everything in her, and I know she's some of y'all case manager, and the reason she's so good, because I probably was her first client. And I'm telling you, bro, I was trouble, bro. I was her first client. She worked with me, she stuck with me. So we got the cleaning company. So because I looked up, that's easy to start, you don't need that much money. So I'm cleaning houses. And I'm like, man, it's too much work. How people's houses be dirty, whatever the case may be. You taking 4 hours to clean a move out. Man, I can't do this, man. I'd rather go back to working warehouses or whatever. So I'm doing more researches. Commercial contract. So with commercial contract, you sign a contract for the year, you lock in the price, whatever the case may be. So I'm just shooting at the stars. I send emails. Within a week, I get an email from Friendly Confines. They in the Chicago Cubs Stadium, but they also in Lake Marion. So they're like, hey man, I see your ad. You can come in and give me a quote. So I'm like, all right, Mike, I never gave a quote for a restaurant. Don't know nothing about cleaning a restaurant. So I walk in the restaurant place, probably 4 times the size of this cafeteria with the kitchen and everything. So I'm walking around, okay, what you want, the front end? That's easy to clean. I know how to mop, I know how to vacuum, know how to clean some windows. Oh, I want the front end, I want the kitchen, I want the patio, I want pressure washers 1 time a week. And I'm looking like, well, it's only me and my wife. How many days do you want in a week? 7 days a week, 365. We close early on Christmas and somehow New Year's or something like that. I'm like, oh man. He like, you give me a quote right now, I can call my dad and see what we can do. So I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, we sitting at the table. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. I wrote a number on that paper, I felt it. Like, man, I feel crazy writing this type of number and handing this over to them. And I handed to him, he went to the back, made a phone call. As he made the phone call, he came back. When can you start? Oh man. Oh man. And I say that to say that one win that I ever got, I took that one win and that made me turn from the streets. That made me leave homeboys that was bad for me alone. Because sometimes in life we don't realize that we can do things that we see other people do because we feel broken. We feel like, oh, I'm not equipped, I'm only big, I can only be a football player. Oh, I did this, I went through that, I can't do this, I can't do that. But when you get that one win, whether it's corporate, man, you fall in love. After that, downtown right now, probably 4 places. And all these places, 5-star restaurants, you call me, you ain't talking right, I ain't got nothing for you, or whatever the case may be. And off of that one win that happened. And me saying that, what I had to do, I didn't realize it at the time, but I had to change my paradigm. I don't know if y'all know what paradigm is. Your paradigm is your way of thinking, your mindset, your thought process, your default. You know how you reset a computer and you go back to the default? That's what you gotta change sometimes. Because whether you like bad guys, you're in a bad relationship, when you get mad, you go to doing drugs. You're doing good right now, but as soon as you get pissed off, you leaving out, you're going to do, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So what you gotta do, you gotta fix that cycle. When you go over here, whether it's doing drugs, whether it's going out robbing, whether it's whatever you do, you gotta realize you gotta replace that. So when somebody piss you off, instead of me going picking up a blunt and rolling that blunt up, because now I got businesses, I'll be late to these people. Now I gotta go sit on the porch. And you know the hardest thing in the world to do as a man? Sit down and deal with your problems. Without no comfort. I don't care if you're wrong or right, you gotta sit there and take it in and just deal with it. And that be hard. And what I learned while dealing with my problems, you gotta pick up that Bible, you gotta learn how to fast, you gotta stay in the word. When you get angry, you might not even like gospel music. You gotta pick up, you go to YouTube instead of typing in rap, young boy, man, I want the gospel music. At first it's gonna sound like, I don't want to hear this, but I promise you, as you listen to it, you're going to feel your spirit start to calm down. You start to feel better, and the more you do that, you got to practice it. The more you practice it, it's going to start to become a habit. So, all I got to say to y'all, whatever you're going through in life, whether you lost your kids, whether your family counts you out, whether you ain't got no family, change your paradigm, and I promise you'll win. And I gave you the sheet because I ain't got too much time. So I wrote down everything, what paradigm is, example of paradigms. Bro, you read that, you will change your life. Because a lot of times you done been in rehab, you done been in places like this over and over. And as soon as you get pissed off, as soon as they tell you, hey man, you getting written up. Hey man, you gotta do this. Man, I ain't got time for this. It'd be a cycle. It'd be a cycle. And what your family say? Oh yeah, he in rehab, but he'll be out in a bit. It's a paradigm. Once you change that, you gonna win. But that's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I can go on all day with y'all boys, and whoever see me, y'all wanna talk, y'all know, man, I love everybody, and that's why I believe in y'all. That's why I know y'all can do anything. And also, one more thing, while y'all in here, y'all got a lot of free time. So with that free time, this time to plan, when you get out the doors, you know what you wanna do. Whether you wanna start a record label, whether you wanna start a cleaning business, whether you wanna do construction, drive trucks, this is the time to be studying now. So when you get out there, you know, okay, to drive trucks, I want to go to this school, I want to do that, I want to do this. So ain't no more thinking. When you get out there, it's straight action. Because this is a blessing in itself. You somewhere where you ain't got to worry about rent, and you might get up and have to do this, but this is the time you're supposed to plan for your future. And when you get out there, pedal to the metal, man. And that's why you see some guys, when they come out of prison, they come out, you be like, man, boy, you making a lot of money. Man, you driving trucks, you did that. Because they was wise with their time while they was in there. Instead of wasting it mad at the world, they was planning their attack plan. So everybody who let you down, I believe in you. I don't care who don't. I believe in you. Y'all got it. But that's it. I ain't gonna go on too much. I love y'all. Y'all can do it. Y'all blessed. Y'all highly favored. Y'all successful. And y'all got it.